Alright, so video 2 for CSE 199. I'm going to talk about DDoS attacks, which is distributed denial of service. So what is DDoS? Well, in simple terms, basically it's just an attack to stop services. Some attacks you might see where companies get hacked, say with like password information, stuff like that, they usually stop their service for a while because they try to fix their system and try to save everybody's information and try to let as little as possible leak out. The difference with the DDoS attacks is that it's basically just a bunch of traffic sent to the service that it builds up so much that it eventually stops working. If you think about it, traffic as in like traffic on a highway, if one guy is just driving a bunch of cars, he has a bunch of cars, he just goes back and forth driving, it'll pile up. But with the DDoS, the distributed attack, it's multiple computers sending traffic. So it'll be multiple people driving cars down a highway, building up traffic even faster, and it's harder to prevent. So the one car example, that would be a DOS attack, a denial of service attack, which would be just like one computer sending multiple requests to a service or website or something. But the distributed attack is multiple computers, so it's very hard to stop, and it's actually still working today. Another way you could look at these attacks is like a flood. It just floods the whole thing, so it just drowns, I guess. DDoS is kind of actually well known. Like, I know a lot of people in the gaming industry know what it is, even if they're not like computer type people. Basically, a group of people, they call themselves Lizard Squad. They made a DDoS attack towards PlayStation Network, and it went down for a day or two, which on Christmas it was. So a lot of people were upset because they wanted to play, especially people just getting a PS4 or Xbox 360 or something, because I think Xbox went down too. But they claimed they wanted to show that a service that you pay for, like say PlayStation Plus, that you have to pay monthly to play online, a service that you pay for can be taken down so easily. So like the system, the security should be better. So there are multiple reasons behind why people DDoS. It could be something like that, or it could be like blackmail or revenge. I mean, who knows if that Lizard Squad was actually telling the truth? Maybe they just wanted to play around and like mess with people's desires to play video games. I don't know. So one thing to talk about is, how does one person get access to that many computers to take down a huge company like that? Well, I mean, there are Trojans too, like viruses that they could be on your computer, and they could use your computer and multiple computers that belong to other people to launch these attacks. But DDoS attacks are often distributed via the botnets, which are the hacked computers. DDoS attacks has been around for a while, and they're still, I'll just say, common. For hackers, it's like, it's gonna stay around because it's just getting extreme now. Like, some DDoS attacks are even reaching over a terabit per second, and they're just extremely strong and powerful. Pretty much, in my opinion, DDoS attacks are mainly negative because I've only seen them used in like negative ways, I guess I'll say it, such as, like I said, the gaming, but like also because people actually have services where they sell DDoS attacks like tools. So basically, they'll sell like sophisticated tools to unsophisticated attackers. And I've actually seen this before personally. These are called booters or stressors, and I actually have seen websites that have these, and you just pay like a monthly subscription or something, and they give you access to these tools, which I think is really stupid. I remember one time, I think it might have been like 2 or 3 years ago, there was like this one kid that I've met on PlayStation. Like, he was literally a kid. Like, he sounded like he was like 10 years old, not trying to say anything bad, but he was a kid and he had access to this, and I forgot what even happened. I think he said the word cocky in a way that it made no sense, and I told him that's not what the word means. So he actually used one of these booters or stressors, and using these tools, mainly I feel like there's always a timer because people don't want you to have access to tools that are permanent, it seems like. So I think he set 15 minutes, he said, and then my internet actually did not work for 15 minutes, and it came back online. And I tried to like block him and stay away from him for my whole life, and it's been pretty good since then. That is like the main reason why I think it's negative, because of that one personal experience where these powerful tools go into some kid's hands. I don't think that should be a thing. Also, since you have these attackers that don't really know what they're doing having access to these tools, they could also get in a lot of trouble because they obviously don't know what they're doing. So that could also be a negative for them. Pretty much this video has been more on like personal experience and uses in the real world rather than general information about it. It's basically like what I said before, it's just an attack to stop services. So that is my internet video for video number 2.